This is Peter Lau. Today is Saturday, May 18th. I'm at 3138 Roberts Avenue, Culver City, California. I'll be entering through the rear side cleanout. In a brief moment, we will be transitioning to the end of the sewer line, as that provides the clearest video. We're about 114 feet out into the main sewer line where it ties in with the city sewer at a depth of 9 feet. I'll be making my way back towards the access point. Currently what you're seeing on the screen is that city sewer pipe. It runs about 6 to 8 inches in diameter, and there's currently no water running in the house, so all the water that you're seeing running through that pipe is from the houses on the block. So how the sewer line works is every home has their own individual sewer line that runs out towards this city sewer pipe. There was water being ran prior to this inspection, just to make sure everything's flowing properly. So as I'm making my way back, we are currently within clay piping, as that's very typical to see. Most cities will use clay for their sewer line material. So what I'm looking for is offsets and root intrusions. Those are the two most common issues with clay. It's completely normal to see within the clay portion of the line. And the distance indicator is noted on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. We've got about 115 feet remaining. So just a little bit of debris here.
Probably on the sidewalk now?
Yep. So we're actually past the sidewalk at this point. I'll let you know when we're before the sidewalk. So there's a few reasons why the cities use clay. It's most likely what they had on hand, and it also has a long estimated service life of about 100 years. So this is an offset. This is basically what allows for root intrusion. So when this is where two sections of pipe join together at the joint becomes off-centered. So that allows for moisture to leak out of the pipe, and that's typically why the roots grow in at a joint and not the middle of the pipe. Because when they sense water, they want to go through, they want to grow to wherever the nutrients are, so that's typically why they grow through the joint. So currently here is where we're at the sidewalk. However, this is not the city sewer connection just yet. We saw that at the beginning of the video. So there's a little bit of buildup of debris on the top left side of the screen. It's a little bit hard to see right now, but I'm going to review that with you on the laptop. It'll be much more clear. There's going to be no glare. Yep. So that's typically, debris does not form like that by itself naturally. That's most likely because there's some minor root intrusion. And you could actually see a little bit of roots there. But this is not
Very minor.
Yeah, it's extremely minor. It's not causing any blockages.
And I was expecting you to have all kinds of stuff in there, but this is pretty clean.
Yep. So this buildup of water here is actually due to an offset that's become a little bit.
It's got a little sag in it.
It's not really a sag. It's just that this joint over here has become offset to the point where it's pooling a little bit of water. So that's not causing any blockages. I'm just going to keep going. And over here, that's not a separation, that's just a mortar joint. So it's just a different kind of joint. It looks like it's separated, but it's actually still joined together. And here's a little bit more roots. So it's about 65 feet remaining. And then there's just something similar here, an offset big enough to where there's a little bit of water.
This place is not full.
So water was ran to clear up the camera head, and it's run its course now, so I will be resuming the inspection. Making our way back from the turn. And another offset node. So we're actually in cast iron material. Now we have transitioned from clay. So some issues with cast iron, one of them being their estimated service life. So typically cast iron lasts up to about 60 years. However, in some cases I have seen cast iron fully functional past 90 years. So it really is just case by case in terms of cast iron. And another issue with cast iron is scaling. And what scaling is basically a buildup of minerals that gets caked onto the interior side just over time due to oxidation. However, in this case, the scaling looks to be relatively uniform, and it's not causing any blockages at the present time of inspection. So we now have transitioned materials once again from that cast iron to ABS. So ABS is typically seen in newer homes, and it's the preferred plumbing material. It's a plastic pipe, it's a PVC synthetic, and it's popular because of a few reasons. It has a long estimated service life of about 100 years. It's a plastic pipe, so in the case of a major earthquake, it's very hard for the ABS to get cracks in it. And once again we have, so there are a few sections of cast iron in between the ABS, as you can see here.
Is this under the house?
Yeah. So still working our way back from ABS and cast iron. With about 30 feet remaining, we are getting closer to the end of the sewer line, or rather back out of the access. So the black water on the bottom hand side of the screen, that's actually just water combined with some grease and other debris. So you don't want to flush down grease into the line, as that also gets caked onto the cast iron and can deteriorate the material even further. And once again transitioned materials back to ABS. And there is an opening on the left hand side. That's just another tie-in from another water source. That's why it looks like there's kind of a hole in the left hand side. And same with the right. Once again, there are sections of ABS and cast iron. And we're working our way out the access point now. And this was what we saw at the beginning of the video, which marks the conclusion of the sewer line video. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to call, text, or email me. Thank you. And also, that's just a hose that I was running in the line. Nice.